Hey guys, welcome to some math tips. Today we're going to talk about estimating and common sense. We're looking at linear test one still, okay, and we're looking at module number one. So get that out and or just follow along with us. Starting with number 19. Okay, circle A has a radius of 3, 9. Now I always start with reading the question first. The area of circle B is how many times the area of circle A? Now I look for is there a formula here? There's not one. So I look at my answer choices next, and I'm seeing two-digit numbers for answers A, B, a three-digit number, and a four-digit number for answer D. So this is going to be interesting. Circle A has a radius of 3n. I can draw this, or I can just try to picture it in my head. For the sake of the shortcut, let's just try to picture it in our head. So a circle has a radius of 3n, and circle B has a radius of 129n, where n is a positive constant. Now we want to know the area of circle B compared to circle A. How many times the area of circle A? Well, we know that area is two-dimensional, right? So we're not just going to divide the big number by the little number. We have to do that. We have to do that first, but then we're going to multiply it by itself, square it. So to do this quickly, I'm going to round 129 off to 130 divided by 3. That's going to be 40 something. Okay. And then I'm going to multiply, then I'm going to square that 40 something, and that's going to give me something I know is going to be a four-digit number. So A, B, and C are out. That leaves me with D. Okay. That's it. That's how we do this estimating without having to, and we do that a lot quicker than sticking it into our calculator. Okay, let's take a look at 22. I've got what is the measure of angle T in degrees? Angle T in degrees. Okay, I'm looking at the answer choices and I see the measure of angle R is 2 pi, 2 over, sorry, 2/3 pi radians. Okay, 2/3 pi radians. The measure of angle T is 5/12 radians greater than the measure of angle R. Okay, so let's suppose I forgot what this means, the radians. I can go back to my formulas and it tells me. If I look at my formulas, I get this sentence that says the number of degrees of arc in a circle is 360. The number of radians of arc in a circle is 2 pi. 2 pi. So 360 equals 2 pi. Okay. That's important to keep in mind here. So now we go back and how do we use estimation to get the answer to this? Well, um, we look at the answers that we have here, okay, and we notice they're pretty spaced out here, so we don't have to get an exact number. 2/3 plus almost a half. That's what 5/12 is. Almost a half plus 2/3. I know that's going to give us a number that is somewhat over one. One what? One pi. Okay, one pi would be, if 2 pi is 360 degrees, then one pi would be 180 degrees. So a number slightly above that would be 195 degrees, or C. And there's our answer there. Okay, so why are we doing these so quickly? Well, because there are difficult questions on the SAT that we need to spend some more time on sometimes to answer those. So we need as much time as we can. If we can save a few seconds here, or a lot of seconds here, then that gets us the time that we need. Let's look at 23. Perfect example. What is the area in square yards of this town? Okay, there are 1 mile is this many yards. A certain town has an area of 4.36 square miles. Okay, now look at my answer choices. And this one is really one of the easier ones to use estimation and common sense with, because I'm going to have to square this number to know how many square yards there are in a mile. And everybody, you should all know that 1,000 times 1,000 is a million. Okay. The only number here, answer choice, that is in the millions is D. So that has to be our answer. Has to be our answer. Because I'm looking at multiple square miles here. So that has to be our answer. Okay. Let's take a look at module 2, number 22. And here we have okay, interesting one. What is the volume of the space in the cube not taken up by the sphere? Okay, there's a sphere and a cube to the nearest cubic inch. Okay, so a cube has an edge length of 68 inches. Let's draw our cube. And a solid sphere with a radius of 34 inches. Oh, a radius of 34 inches. That means it has a diameter of 68 inches. Okay, so that, and it's inside the cube. So that means that our sphere is going to be much prettier than this, but it's going to be inside this cube that I'm drawing here. So I'm not going to draw the whole cube out in the sphere. I will draw it like this. Now, this sphere, you can imagine this takes up more than half of the cube. The question is, what is the volume of the sphere and the cube not taken up by the sphere? Well, okay, so 68 times 68. We need to know that first. I'll go ahead and put that in my calculator. I'm not going to estimate that. I'll go ahead and put it in the calculator. And that's not, I'm sorry, it's 68 cubed. So I'm going to have to do it 4 times. I mean, 3 times. Okay, that gives me 314,000. Well, I need something that's less than half of that, because I know the cube is going to take up more than half of that space. So the answer to the question is something less than half of that. And the only number that's less than half of that is A. And that's the answer. So that's just a little bit of estimation for today. Those are 4 questions on this test that you could estimate, save a lot of time, and get the right answers with. So try that on your next practice test or on your next set of practice problems. All right. Take care.